You know that feeling? Like you see it everywhere online. Maybe TikTok or Instagram Reels. People talking about digital detox or feeling totally burned out by just everything, the constant news alerts, the endless emails, that pressure to keep up.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a low-level hum of anxiety for so many people.
Exactly. Just this feeling of being overwhelmed, searching for, I don't know, a bit of quiet inside your own head.
Mm.
Well, that's kind of why we're here. Welcome, everyone, to Beyond Limits AI podcast. This is actually our very first deep dive together.
That's right. Excited to get started.
Me too. Our whole goal here is to take interesting topics, explore them, and really pull out the key insights for you, give you that shortcut to understanding. And hey, if you like what you hear today, definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out.
Good call.
So, for today's topic, we're diving into something pretty profound, but I think super relevant. Buddha's path to enlightenment. Wisdom for a fulfilled life.
It really is timeless wisdom, isn't it? You look at these ideas from thousands of years ago, and they speak directly to that modern feeling of overwhelm you mentioned. It's quite amazing.
It is. Okay, so let's jump in. The starting point for Buddha, and it can sound a bit, well, heavy, is this idea life is suffering, or dukkha. What's really going on there? Is it just pessimism?
Yeah, it sounds bleak, doesn't it? But it's really not about pessimism at all. It's more like a clear-eyed diagnosis.
Okay.
It's recognizing that things like pain, loss, getting older, things not lasting, these are just part of being human. They happen to everyone.
Right. Universal experiences.
Exactly. And the really key insight isn't just that it happens, but that by understanding and accepting this reality, you can actually find a path through it. It's not about resigning yourself to misery.
I see. So acknowledging it is the first step to dealing with it.
Precisely. It allows you to stop fighting reality in a way and instead learn how to navigate those challenges, maybe even grow from them. It fosters resilience.
Okay, so that's the condition. What does Buddha say causes this suffering? We often hear craving leads to suffering. Does that mean wanting anything is bad?
Good question. No, it's not quite that simple. It's not desire itself necessarily. It's more about um, clinging, unchecked desire, intense attachment.
Attachment, like wanting things too much.
Yeah, or being attached to specific outcomes or needing external validation, maybe like getting obsessed with likes on social media, that kind of desperate need.
Right, I get that. Chasing something outside yourself for validation.
Exactly, or clinging to material things, thinking they'll bring lasting happiness, or even clinging to your own ideas about who you are, your ego. It's that tight grip that causes the inner turmoil.
So letting go of that grip, that's where peace comes in.
That's the idea. Releasing that constant need, that desperate attachment, allows for a sense of inner spaciousness and peace.
Which ties right into another powerful quote. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. I mean, Buddha himself gave up a royal life, right? Left a palace.
He walked away from immense luxury and status.
What does that huge act tell us about finding peace?
It's a powerful demonstration, isn't it? He basically showed that true, lasting contentment isn't found in chasing external things, wealth, power, pleasure, comfort.
Even though that's what our society often tells us.
Right. He argued that genuine peace comes from mastering your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. It's cultivated inside, not acquired outside. You have to build it within yourself.
Okay, and that feels incredibly relevant for us now, especially with this next idea. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. We talk about mindfulness a lot, but what's the real practical challenge there?
The challenge is sustaining it,
Yeah.
Our minds are constantly pulled away by worries, plans, digital notifications.
Yeah, the endless scroll or the mental to-do list.
Exactly. So it's not just about sometimes noticing your breath. It's about consciously, intentionally bringing your full attention back again and again to whatever you're doing right now.
Like really tasting your food instead of just inhaling it while thinking about work.
Perfect example. Or fully feeling your feet on the ground during a walk instead of rehashing an argument or planning your evening. It sounds simple, but consistently doing that, it can genuinely calm a very agitated, very modern mind.
That makes sense. Buddha also talked a lot about kindness, didn't he? Radiate boundless love towards the entire world.
Right.
How does that connect with, say, his own simplicity, giving things up?
They're very deeply linked. Think about it. When you let go of chasing external things, when you simplify, when you reduce that internal clutter, the anxieties, the grievances, the wanting more,
You create space.
Exactly. You create mental and emotional space. And in that space, compassion naturally arises more easily. You have more energy, more bandwidth to connect with others, to offer kindness, because you're not so consumed by your own stuff. Letting go brings clarity and often a desire to connect and help.
That's a really nice way to put it. Inner clarity leading to outer kindness. And achieving that clarity, that letting go, requires some effort, right? To conquer oneself is a greater task than conquering others.
hmm Definitely takes practice.
Does that mean being really strict with yourself, like rigid self-discipline?
Not necessarily harsh or punitive. It's more about self-awareness and gentle mastery, understanding your own mind, your habits, your automatic reactions, and learning to guide them consciously rather than being ruled by them. It's about personal growth, really, taking responsibility for your inner state.
Okay. And part of that self-mastery seems tied to understanding impermanence. All conditioned things are impermanent. Everything changes.
Yes, that's absolutely fundamental.
How does truly getting that idea that nothing lasts, good or bad, actually help us day to day? It sounds a bit sad, maybe.
It can seem that way at first, but it's actually incredibly liberating. When you truly internalize that everything is temporary joy, sorrow, success, failure, even life itself, you stop clinging so tightly.
You mean you don't get as attached?
Exactly. You become more adaptable, you bounce back from setbacks more easily because you know they won't last forever,
Hmm.
and you appreciate the good moments more fully without desperately trying to hold on to them. It reduces so much anxiety.
Because you're not fighting the natural flow of things.
Precisely. You learn to ride the waves instead of being knocked over by them. It leads to a much deeper, more stable kind of peace.
So if everything changes and we need to work on ourselves, how do we figure out the right way? Buddha said, be your own lamp. That sounds like he didn't want people to just follow blindly.
Absolutely not. He was all about critical thinking and direct
So
experience.
test it out for yourself.
Yes, he encouraged everyone to question teachings, including his own, and to see what resonates, what works through their own lived experience. Wisdom isn't just book learning. It's understanding gained from living, observing, trying things out, just like he did.
That's really empowering. It puts the responsibility and the possibility right back on you.
It does. It says you have the capacity to figure this out. Trust your own experience, be your own guide.
Wow. Okay, so bringing this all together, these ancient ideas, they really do offer some incredibly practical tools for dealing with, well, the noise and complexity of right now.
They absolutely do. It's wisdom that cuts across centuries and technologies because it deals with the fundamental human condition.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening?
Yeah, perhaps consider this. Reflecting on these insights about inner peace, impermanence, letting go, what's maybe one small shift you could experiment with in your daily life? A shift towards finding that calm from within rather than constantly seeking it somewhere out there.
That's a great question to ponder. Thank you for that. And thank you all for joining us on our first deep dive here at Beyond Limits AI podcast.
It was a pleasure.
If you found some clarity or maybe a new perspective today, please do hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you back for our next exploration. Until then, take care.